Here are things that actually turn girls on, and don't be surprised if these 4 things aren't the cheeky, nicer things that you have always been told your life. Because buying a gift and having dinners in fancy restaurants may surely sound nice to you, but they aren't things that cause girls to constantly chase you. If you really want girls to be so turned on by you and to please you, you may want to hear the raw truths that society doesn't talk about. Women aren't hard to make fall in love with you, but it needs a man to have certain qualities. And here are 4 things that will serve the purpose well. Number 1. Dominance. All these movies that feature dominant, assertive males with girls falling over them and fighting with each other to get on a date with the hero aren't a fallacy. It is actually the bitter truth. Girls may temporarily fall for a guy that takes the door for them, but in actuality, they prefer dominant men who know what they want and when they want, and know how to make things go their way. This mindset is something the women have been bearing for centuries. It is in them to think of men being wired to provide, protect, and procreate. The dominant and assertive men give them a vibe of a protector, a savior, and a strong man who knows how to lead the way. If you have always been told that women like men who give them the authority to lead their life, discuss everything with them, and then leave the decisions to them, you are mistaken. Women like men who take charge, take into account all the pros and cons of a situation, and then intuitively make a decision. Assertive men stand up for themselves when need be, and will also stand up for others when they know it is necessary. And this is something that a woman absolutely admires and fantasizes about men. Women also don't like a man who is emotionally charged, easily stressed, or has no backbone, but will be attracted to men who set boundaries even with them. Because these men know there are plenty of beautiful and worthy women, so if their boundaries are overstepped, they will simply leave and move on to the next woman. Women never like to let go of men like these. Women see assertiveness as a part of being masculine. Alpha males have this aura. You never see them fidgeting, twiddling their thumbs, or keeping their hands in their pocket, or avoiding gazes. In fact, they have an upright posture and would maintain eye contact with whom they are talking to. And if that is a girl, there's no way she can leave the conversation without being attracted to this assertive, confident man. Remember, while you may only be judging a girl on her youth and beauty after the first date, she is judging you on a multitude of aspects, and the most important of which is if you have the backbone, have your own opinions, and can stand up for yourself. Number 2. Non-reactivity. Women fantasize about men differently than men think. While we think they love to have a cooperative man in bed, they actually like to go intimate with a man who likes to take the lead. Similarly, while we think women like emotionally active men who are sensitive, the reality is actually the opposite. If you really want to turn a female on, you have to be as non-reactive as possible. True alpha males have this skill of remaining calm and maintaining poise no matter how hard they are tested. And this surely is one of the reasons that girls go crazy if they find one in a gathering or in their private life. Being non-reactive gives the idea that you don't give a damn about situations that don't directly affect you or are related to you. Women love men who aren't very expressive and have an element of curiosity and secrecy and closeness to their personality. They like men who don't open up to every other person and take it as a challenge to come closer to you so that you bring them into their inner circle. Women like to chase men who make them feel that there is a lot about them that the world doesn't know, and that can only be achieved if you are non-reactive. If you start shouting and crying when things do go the way you planned, you are taken as sensitive, feeble, and weak. And these qualities aren't something that girls fantasize about in their partners. Non-reactive men also don't make a scene when their never-so-close girlfriend leaves them, giving a message that they have plenty of girls. What actually turns on girls is when they see men who are cool, busy having fun, and give a vibe that nothing is a big deal, nothing is a problem. They may be talking to a girl, and they are having fun, they are being social. They won't necessarily make it feel like they are attracting a girl and just going with the flow. They are just emotionally doing what they are doing. They didn't care if girls were watching them or crushing over them. These guys don't look for external validation, but what matters to them is their inner validation. It is incredibly attractive because it shows the opposite of all of those things that reactive says. If you don't really care that much, if you're not that emotionally involved, if you aren't taking things too seriously, it gives a vibe of a cool guy who has a lot of other important stuff other than being in the club and hitting on random girls. And there cannot be anything more appealing and alluring attitude than this. Number 3. High-value body language. If you really want girls to fall head over heels in love with you, may have no problem making some fine adjustments in your body language. Men with good body language are hard to resist, and above all, there is no rocket science involved. Believe it or not, Women are very shrewd at gauging nonverbal cues. And that is why men who know it's not so much what you say that's important, but how she reads what your body tells her. First of all, eye contact speaks a lot about you. And in fact, if you can't look her in the eyes or appear to force eye contact, you fail to maintain an aura of assertiveness and dominance. And this isn't something you prefer in their men. In addition to that, pull your shoulders back and keep them there. If you slump your shoulders, it only gives a message that you are confused or intimidated. And that is the last thing you should be radiating if you really want women to chase you. You cannot forget your hands. Intelligently showing just a little bit of your palms tells women that you are open and comfortable. Hand movements also show the intensity of what is said and tell her that you know what you are saying. Many men who have no clue of what good body language can do is protect or cover their middle body with their hands or drink. This sends a lot of bad signals. Avoiding this habit can make them feel way more attractive, as this sends a message that you aren't protecting yourself from anything. You are carefree and comfortable about your body, so much so that you are ready to feel a little vulnerable. Women find this vulnerability very attractive and would surely want to get into a long conversation with you. If you really want women to notice your aura presence, you may want to move slower, and this is undoubtedly one of the most powerful body adjustments you can make. Move slowly as if you are in control of your body. Also, move your head smoothly and softly when someone calls you from your back. Being non-reactive also comes in here. Instead of jerking your head and dramatically turning around, if there is a loud sound, take your time and turn back slowly. When walking, take slower, bigger, assertive steps, because this gives a message that you are walking purposefully, and that you have a clear head, and that you know where you are going. The assertive walks never fail to turn gazes, but here again, you don't care about the gazes, but about the fact that you seem in control of the situation. Number 4. Abundance mentality. Abundance mentality roots in knowing who you are and standing confident in your beliefs, values, and insecurities. A lot of fake alpha males throw a fake perception of the abundance mentality only to show their true selves when a girl approaches them. What does it mean by abundance mentality in the first place? It is a true personality trait of strong men that they believe that the world won't run out of charismatic, beautiful girls, and they won't be left alone without a girl. And this tells them that there is no need to run for girls. They believe in themselves and that they are worthy of charismatic women. This attitude gives a woman a message that you are emotionally stable, and they perceive you as someone closely associated with men of their desire because they have emotional standards. It also shows that you have a drive, perspective, confidence, self-worth, and authenticity. This is the abundance mentality that many women gravitate towards, and this is a strong element of masculine energy. When you're in abundance, asking a particular girl out or making a bold move isn't scary, and a girl not replying with a yes doesn't hit your ego so hard. In fact, you don't become neurotic, self-doubting, or overthink. You know that even if this particular girl rejects you, you won't have trouble meeting and attracting another girl later that night. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. This will only take a microsecond but will significantly boost the YouTube algorithm, propelling our videos to the top.